Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is the new year. Happy New Year to you all from me. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about learning how to accept the BS in your life. And in fact, this is the only way forward in your life, is accepting the BS you go through. Have you noticed the more you try and fight things, the more you get what you don't want? The more you try and get rid of something, the more you actually attract it towards you. Nothing changes until you learn how to accept how they are. A lot of us go through things in life where we might say, I'm not accepting the fact that this thing got cancelled. I'm not accepting their behaviour towards me. I'm not accepting the way things are. How many of you have gone through more trauma trying to change that? How many of you have gone through more stress, anxiety, and depression trying to change that? Many of us have. And how many times have you noticed those things come more when you do that? When you try and resist those things, when you try and change those things, when you try and avoid those things, they come more, they occur more, they appear more. Any problems in your life, because none of us learn to face them. We always run away from problems. That's what we do. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I have an interview somewhere and I say, oh no, I've heard the manager's really difficult. I'm not going to work there. I'm not going to go to the interview because the manager is just so difficult. I don't want to work with a manager like that. And then you're like, I'm going to apply for a job somewhere else because I'm not facing that. I can't deal with that. I'm not having a manager talk to me like that. I'm not dealing with it. And then you get a job somewhere else and you think, oh my God, it was so perfect. It was so meant to be. It's the perfect place. It's everything I wanted. And it's literally everything you wanted. And then you start working there and then the manager is just horrible there as well. And you've said to yourself, well, it's like I can never escape it. It's like I tried to avoid it here, but I faced it here. It's because you cannot run away from problems. We need to learn to face the problem, to face it. Like, it's happened to me so many times where I've had problems in my life and I've tried to escape it and I've faced it somewhere else, or I've just faced it. I've just faced it, and it's just disappeared. It's stopped happening. It's changed. Things don't change until you learn to accept them. And then, like, let's say another example, I get an interview somewhere and someone says, oh, don't work there, the manager's difficult, they're horrible, you'll hate it, they treat people like rubbish. And I say, don't care. I don't care. I love the job. I don't care if they treat me like rubbish. So what? I'm going there to do the job I love. I don't care. I ain't going to let that stop me. And then you start working there and you say, I don't know what you're talking about. The manager's great. The manager treats me with such respect. And they'll say to me, I don't understand, Hava. I don't understand. They were horrible to me. They were horrible to all these people. Why are they so nice to you? And I'll say, I don't know. I don't know. And do you know why that is? Because I learnt to accept it. You need to learn to accept rubbish in life to get what you want. You have to go through hell. You literally have to go through hell to reach heaven in this life. And yeah, you have to learn to go through the difficulties. If life's giving you difficulties, don't try and change it. Just accept it. Just surrender to it. Just surrender to the difficulties. If you wanted to go to someone's party or out with someone and they cancel, and you try and find another way of going there or another way of going or whatever, it ain't going to work like that. You just have to go, okay, I won't go. It's fine. It's fine. And then you focus on something you love. You just focus on something you love doing instead. Give yourself that feeling that that thing could have given you instead. Don't rely on things outside of you in this life, honestly. Don't ever. But yeah, I'll give you another example. And this actually happened to me, funny enough. I was at a station once. This is an example with my daughter. And we were trying to get a train. It's one station that we wanted. Every single train that was going to that station had been cancelled. And only that station, the one I wanted. All three of the platforms were cancelled. All three of them. I'm sure it was three of them. And instead of me stressing, like, that's how I started off. I started stressing. How am I going to get there? What am I going to do? Thinking of ways of how else I'm going to get there. And I just told myself, look, relax. There's nothing you can do. If it's cancelled, you cannot go. That's it. You cannot go. And that's what I told myself. I was like, you cannot go. And for some reason, I felt better. Because I was like, I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm not trying anymore. I'm not caring anymore. I'm not putting any effort anymore. I'm like, what can I do? I just surrendered to the way the 3D life was. I just surrendered to it. I said, okay, if it's cancelled, I cannot go. There's nothing I can do. Okay, I'll have to just get the train and go back home. That's all I can do. Soon as I accepted it here, I was like, don't care. Those platforms, my daughter went, Mum, look. Shifted. It gave me a platform number on every single one of them. And literally, we boarded it within a couple of minutes. And we were on that train, got to see everything. It was just like smooth. Like the whole cancellation was just an illusion, like it didn't even happen. But yeah, like, and how many times have you gone through a falling out with someone? And you might say to someone, oh, I don't like their behaviour, I can't tolerate it. And everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's all you. I don't know what you're talking about. Feel like the person that said something to you, automatically they become the good one and you become the bad one. Because you're not accepting it. You're not accepting it. You have to surrender to the crap in life to get what you want. And that's just life. And many of us don't do that. And I feel the more you try and fight to get to what you want, the more you give yourself anxiety, depression, you give yourself stress. It's not good for you. Like, this life is too short. You've got to just surrender to the crap to get to the good. And that's the only way you're going to get to the good. And that's the good thing, you see. And it makes you so powerful as well, because it just shows you, like, nothing's in my power. I'm surrendering to it. I don't give a damn. You've got to have the I don't give an F attitude. You've got to have the I don't give an F attitude to everything. And believe me, you will go far. You'll be so magnetic. Everyone will, like, want to be around you. Everyone will look up to you. It's the best attitude to have in this life. Just, I do not give a damn. Do you know how many times I've met people and I like them and I don't know why I like them? Because they have the I don't give a damn attitude. That's why. But yeah, in this life, accepting you'll never have things your way is the best way. It's the best way. If they've run out of your favourite thing in a shop, oh well. If your favourite place has been cancelled that you were going to go to, oh well. If things don't manifest the way you want it to, oh well. If things aren't your way, oh well. It's the best attitude to have. Honestly, it is the best attitude to have. And that is how you're going to change your life. Let's say I was invited somewhere and I was working somewhere and I had a really horrible boss. And everyone at work said, we're inviting you to, I don't know, a Christmas party. And I'm like, oh no, the boss is going to be there. I'm dreading her so much. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And you don't go. Guess what? You're going to attract her some other way. But when you're like, oh, I don't care how she is, I'm just going to go, don't care. Chances are she ain't going to be there. Or she'll be there and she's going to button it the whole time. She ain't going to care about you. And you'll have a nice, relaxing evening. Because it's all about accepting what you don't want, you see. It's all about that. It's not about trying to change things, trying to run away from your problems. It's all about facing your problems. I'll give you another example. Let's say there's a noise outside that irritates you every single day. A certain neighbour's making a certain noise every single day. But let's say, yeah, there's a noise outside that irritates you and you hear it every single day and there's nothing you can do about it. Do you know the best way to go about it? Literally, just accept it. Just be like, oh yeah, that noise is there every day, yeah. And believe me, it disappears when you do that. It works, believe me. I've done it so many times where, like, I've gone, there's nothing I can do. I'm not one to complain to people because I don't like that. I don't like complaining and things like that. I don't like people complaining to me, so I don't like complaining to others. So I was just like, do you know what? This is just the noise that I'm going to hear every day. It's fine. Boom, gone. And that is how you get what you want. That is how you get what you want. You accept and you surrender to the crap that you don't want. But that's the best way to get through this life. If things start manifesting that aren't your way, if things start showing up that aren't your way, just accept it. Like, how many times have we gone, I don't want to go to this place, I don't want to face this person, they're really irritating. There's always someone that's You're like, oh no, don't want to see that person, please. And how many times have you gone, I'm not going because they're there, they just talk too much, they just do my head in, I don't want to go, I can't be bothered. And then you end up queuing up in a shop, they're in a queue right behind you, tapping you on the shoulder. Oh, hello, long time, how are you? And you're like, oh my God. Or you get invited out somewhere, you sit on a table and they sit right next to you because you're trying so hard to avoid the thing you do not want and you're actually bringing it to you more. So that's why I say just surrender. If you have to face people you don't like, face them. If you have to face situations you don't like, face it. If you have to deal with a situation you don't want to deal with it. Just accept it. Stop trying to control what's outside of you. Just let it all go. Let it all go. Just allow things to be the way you don't want them to be. If something gives you anxiety, if something intimidates you, scares you, whatever, just say, oh well, face it. When you surrender to what you don't want, when you go through hell with what you don't want, that's when everything works out for you. Everything. The more uncomfortable something makes you, the better it is for you. If something gives you dread and anxiety, face it. Face it. It's a good thing. Face it. What makes us comfortable? Hiding from difficult situations, hiding from things that give us stress and anxiety, avoiding things. That's why things don't change. You have to face it. You have to face it and you have to just accept it and go with it. And that's the only way you're going to defeat things in life. But yeah, I hope my video was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more from me, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all in my next video.